up, YouTube world? Right. So this is just going to be a quick tip video. If you, like, say, feed too much food and you know, accidentally feed too much food, or somebody was taking care of the fish and fed too much food, and you come back and all of a sudden you have like this huge amount of, you know, bubbles or foam or whatever build up on the surface, and you're like, dang, you know, it's a protein buildup, you gotta do a water change, but it sits on the top of the surface. So, you know, when you put a hose in the water, you know what I'm saying, you're getting into the column, you're not really doing the surface. So I wanted to show you guys something what I actually been doing. It's looking good. I should have showed you what it looked like before, but I've been feeding flake foods, and I don't usually feed flake foods, but I came across some food and they didn't have pellets, but they had the flakes at the moment, and I wanted to give it a try. So yeah, but the fish used to pellets, so it just collected. I did water change, and the next day I came home from work and there was a whole lot of stuff on the surface. I was like, wow. So I've been doing water changes, but I want to show you guys something. If you actually have a surface skimmer, right? Surface skimmer, what it does is takes the water from the top and pushes it back into, there's also a little filter in there, a little sponge, but it, you know, takes the water from the top and pushes it back into the column, and hopefully, you know, collects into the overhang filters, and overall in general just filters out, right? But when you have a big problem with a film or a protein buildup problem, what I recommend doing is, instead of just doing water changes, taking your siphon hose and putting it to this, right? And this will eventually feed it into here, and this will literally take it from the surface. So you're doing a surface water change. It is literally sucking it, all the protein and whatever film and nastiness is collecting on top of the water, is sucking it directly out. You know what I'm saying? So that's, I think, a really good idea. Did it get stuck? Yeah. So that, I think that's a really good idea. Let's go ahead and continue. It's going. Yeah, it's going. Alright. There it goes again. But you know what I'm saying? Because it's a big hose, so it's sucking it like really fast. So it's a really good idea. You get a lot of that nastiness from top of the water. And yeah. Stop sucking the plants. Oh, I'm sorry guys, can't you see what I'm doing? It's a big... But I actually been doing this, but I think I'm pretty much done, because it is looking really clean, and it's not so bad anymore. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I just wanted to show you guys that, because I think that's a good idea. If you have a bad protein buildup, you take it straight from a surface skimmer. So it does actually a surface water change. You know what I'm saying? And I did about, you know, about 10 gallons every day, 2 times a day for about 2-3 days now, and it's good now. Well, alright YouTube, we're gonna go ahead and just finish this water change. You know what I'm saying? And sorry for that crazy video, but yeah, go ahead and do a 10-gallon water change. I got 2 buckets here, and let me be persistent with this. I'm like knocking it all over. Doing it with one hand is not as easy. But yeah, so the surface skimmer is pretty neat. This actually filters up to, I believe, 65 gallons if I'm right. I think it does 350 liters per hour, and I think that's 65 gallons. So it's more than enough to do this tank. It's a 40-gallon breeder. And like I said, if you overfeed like I did, you know, flake food, and it's something your fish don't usually eat, and it just collects, and eventually protein everywhere. I mean, it's really good food. New spectrum cichlid food, flakes, and it didn't cloud the water in nothing. You know, I just, you know, did a water change, I stirred it up, and all of a sudden there was protein buildup. But the water was still, you know, good, but you just don't want a whole lot of bubbles and a lot of tension in the water. So I think that's a good idea. And before I keep on talking forever, hell yeah, think about that. if you ever have that type of problem, do a service water change. Alright guys, yeah, y'all be good, and have an awesome night. Laters.